Let's talk about what happens when your life just falls apart, emotionally, financially, mentally. It feels like the end of the world. But what if it's not? What if that collapse isn't the final chapter, but actually the necessary groundwork for a profound rebirth? If that line hits home for you, if you feel like you're broken from every single side, then this is for you. We're not going to talk about quick fixes or motivational platitudes. We're here to talk about the real work of rebuilding from the foundation up. So, the very first thing we have to do is make a huge shift in perspective. That crisis you're in, that feeling of being completely shattered, it's not the end. It's a transition. It's the necessary and, yeah, painful first stage of your comeback. Look, this reframes the entire experience. What feels like a total failure is actually a transition. If you look at history, every single period of major growth is kicked off by some kind of collapse. The pain you're feeling, it's not random. It's preparation. So what is this transition phase really? Think of it like a controlled demolition. Life is stripping away everything that can't come with you to the next level. All the illusions, the flimsy relationships, the bad habits, and the old identity you've outgrown. It's got to clear the lot to make space for what's next. Okay, mindset is the start. But let's be real, it isn't enough when you feel totally powerless. The next step is all about regaining a sense of agency. And it begins by focusing on the one and only thing you truly have control over. Asking, why me? Man, that is just a black hole for your energy. It keeps you stuck. The most powerful question you can possibly ask yourself right now is this: what is the next small action? Not the next big leap, not the 5-year plan, just the very next manageable step. And what does that next small action look like? Well, it looks like these incredibly boring, timeless fundamentals. See, motivation is a fair weather friend. It's going to abandon you. Discipline in these simple tasks, though, that's what builds your foundation. Wake up, drink a glass of water, clean one thing in your space, do one productive task. This starts as just survival, but I promise you, it becomes strength. All right, now we get to the core of it. To really navigate this transition, you need a brand new set of rules for the 3 things that cause us the most suffering: pain, timelines, and people. First up, pain. We're wired to see it as a punishment, right? Something we've done wrong to deserve this. But it's not. Pain is just data. It's information. It is literally the training data you need to become wiser and stronger. And this is what that data looks like when you decode it. That betrayal you went through, it's not just a wound. It's a masterclass in setting boundaries. That failure, it's not the end of the road. It's a crash course in strategy. And that loneliness, it's not just emptiness. It's teaching you how to rely on yourself. Your pain is literally forging your future skill set. Next, let's talk timelines. Society loves to hand us this one-size-fits-all ruler for success. And if you don't measure up by a certain age, you feel like a failure. You need to throw that ruler away. Your life isn't delayed. It's being custom-built for something more profound. And let me tell you, late success is often built to last way longer than early, fragile success. And finally, people, this one hurts. When you're at your absolute lowest, some people will leave. And it's painful, but it's not betrayal. It's filtration. Life is doing you a favor by revealing who was just a lesson, who was only there for a season, and who is truly permanent. You don't need their validation. You need your self-respect. So you've got a new mindset. You've got a new set of rules. Now the work turns inward. This next phase is all about the quiet, internal, totally invisible work of rebuilding. This stage is not for public consumption. It's not for a social media update or for explaining yourself to anyone. This is your time for learning quietly, healing privately, and improving daily, without any audience. This work is for you and for you alone. It's not for show. There's an old school rule for this phase, and it's simple. Don't talk about the comeback. Don't announce the changes you're making, just do the work. The results will speak for themselves, and trust me, they will be so much louder than any announcement you could ever make. Part of this private work is one of the hardest steps of all, forgiving your past self. But I want you to reframe this. Your past actions weren't mistakes. They were actually evidence of your best qualities. You trusted because you had hope. You failed because you were brave enough to try. You stayed too long because you were loyal and you care. And let's be crystal clear about this. Forgiving yourself is not weakness. It's not letting yourself off the hook. It is the ultimate act of emotional maturity. You simply cannot build a strong future if you're still at war with your past. So, you've reframed the collapse, you've taken control, you've learned the new rules, and you've done the quiet work.
So what's the outcome? Who do you become after walking through all this fire?
One day, you're just going to wake up and you'll notice it. The constant noise, the anxiety, the chaos that was always running in your head, it's gone. Your mind will be calm. It will be clear and focused.
And your confidence? It won't be loud or needy anymore. It won't require anybody else's validation. It'll just be this quiet, unshakable certainty that was born from knowing exactly what you've survived.
And finally, you won't have to tell a single soul that you're strong. They will just see it. It'll be in the way you carry yourself, the way you make decisions, the way you handle whatever life throws at you. Your strength will be visible.
And in that moment, you will look back and you'll understand it with absolute clarity. The phase that you were so sure was going to destroy you was actually the phase that built you. It was never destruction. It was construction all along.
The architecture of your rebirth has already begun. You have the blueprint in your hands. The only question that matters now is this: what is the first brick you're going to lay today?